Hey, this is Gavin Gaddis in for Molly DeMellier for Sounds Profitable, Wednesday, January 13th, 2026. How audio can leverage PR in an AI discovery era. Chatbots are changing PR's place in the media ecosystem. Let's talk why. One final reminder that this piece is in first person from Molly, so don't clip it out of context. Here's my Molly impression. Hi, Sounds Profitable community. For those of you I haven't met yet, I'm Molly DeMellier, and I recently joined Sounds Profitable as head of communications, leading global PR, external storytelling, and internal communications for the organization and its partners. Over the past decade, I've worked across podcasting, media, and technology inside global audio companies and alongside emerging platforms, navigating periods of rapid change. Throughout that time, one thing has remained consistent. When the way audiences discover information changes, communication strategy has to change with it. And in 2026, we are firmly in the middle of one of those moments. AI hasn't just altered workflows and accelerated content production, it has quietly rewritten how authority is established, how brands are surfaced, and how decisions are made. Often this happens before an audience ever clicks, listens, or subscribes. That shift has major implications for the audio industry, and it's why PR is no longer a supporting function. It's becoming a core business infrastructure. Discovery no longer belongs to platforms alone. For most of the past decade, audio companies optimized around three key levers: platform distribution, SEO and owned content, and paid media and promotion. Those levers still matter, but they no longer control first impressions. Discovery increasingly happens inside AI-generated answers like chat interfaces, summaries, recommendation engines, and embedded assistants. These systems don't rank links the way traditional search engines do. Instead, they synthesize information and present a single authoritative response. Here's what's critical. Recent research by Muckrack shows that over 90% of sources referenced by generative AI answers come from earned media, including reported articles, interviews, and expert commentary, not paid or owned brand content. AI systems are trained to trust third-party validation. If your company, network, or leadership team isn't present in credible editorial coverage, there is nothing for the machine to cite, and therefore nothing to recommend. This means that if someone asks a chat GPT-like AI assistant which podcast networks are innovating, which ad tech platforms are trusted, or which executives are shaping the future of audio, it is PR that determines whether you appear at all. Earned media is now machine-readable reputation. That's where PR's role fundamentally changes. Earned media used to influence perception. Now it also functions as data input. AI doesn't assess brand values or marketing polish, it looks for patterns. Who is quoted repeatedly? Which companies appear in trusted outlets? Whose commentary is associated with expertise rather than promotion? This is why a single authoritative trade feature or executive interview can now outperform entire paid campaigns in long-term visibility. AI systems aren't persuaded by spend, but rather persuaded by consensus and credibility. For audio companies, this shift matters deeply. Podcasting is a medium built on trust, authority, and voice, the same attributes that now machines will prioritize. The audio industry's advantage and its blind spot. The audio industry is actually well positioned for this moment. Podcasting already values expert voices, long-form thinking, clear points of view, and authenticity over performance. But there's a growing blind spot, assuming that strong content alone guarantees discovery. It doesn't. AI systems don't listen to your episodes or parse your entire catalog. They learn from how others talk about you through press coverage, analyst commentary, trade reporting, and executive interviews. If your strategy relies solely on publishing and platform distribution without an intentional earned media layer, you're leaving visibility to chance. And chance is not a strategy. Trust is the currency for humans and machines. This is where audio's core strength comes at a competitive advantage. Sounds Profitable research has consistently shown that trust is one of the strongest drivers of podcast effectiveness, particularly when it comes to advertising impact, brand recall, and audience engagement. Podcast audiences routinely report higher trust in hosts and brands compared to other digital media environments. AI systems increasingly mirror that same behavior. They privilege sources that demonstrate credibility over time. In other words, the qualities that make podcasting effective for humans are the same qualities that make brands legible to machines. PR is how those qualities become visible at scale. PR is no longer about coverage volume. One of the most important mindset shifts leading into 2026, PR success is no longer measured by how much coverage you get. 10 forgettable mentions won't move the needle, but one authoritative feature might. Modern PR for audio leaders prioritizes relevance over reach, authority over amplification, and consistency over flash coverage. Research into generative search optimization shows that AI systems value topical relevance and subject matter authority more than raw audience size. This means that specialist outlets and industry trade publications now carry more influence than ever before. For an audio industry, that's good news. Trade press, analyst commentary, and industry reporting are no longer secondary channels, but are now strategically central. Visibility without clicks is still visibility. Another shift leaders need to internalize: traffic is no longer the sole indicator of impact. As AI-generated answers increasingly revolve queries around a traditional click-through, presence and citation matter more than visits alone. In 2026, the key question isn't did they click, it's did we appear. If your brand is referenced, cited, or summarized in an AI response, you've already won the most important moment of discovery. PR is now a leadership function. Here's the uncomfortable truth. PR can't be fully delegated anymore. The companies winning in AI discovery are led by executives who show up publicly and consistently with a clear point of view, speak in complete thoughts, not slogans or jargon, and provide commentary on the industry at large rather than only speaking about company news. PR now sits at an intersection of strategy, brand, trust, and discovery. Treating it as a function reserved only for product launches and company announcements is no longer sufficient. The bottom line, AI isn't replacing PR, it's making it unavoidable. In a world where answers are AI-generated, earned credibility becomes the raw material of discovery, and PR is how that credibility is built, validated, and sustained. For audio industry leaders, this isn't a threat, it's an opportunity. For those who invest now, won't just be visible, they'll be more trusted, more frequently cited, and more durable in a system that increasingly decides who matters before the audience ever presses play. If you're thinking about how PR fits into your 2026 strategy, whether that's around AI discovery, executive visibility, or long-term brand authority, Molly would love to connect. You can reach out to her directly, molly@soundsprofitable.com. There you can talk through what a modern earned media strategy can look like for your business. Thanks for listening to Molly's article, How Audio Can Leverage PR in an AI Discovery Era. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, standing in for Molly, and we'll see you next Wednesday.